Alright, so this turn we're going to be shelling the absolute shit out of Hawaii. It's going to be a hell of a shell. Alright, the 9th Fleet is attacking first. I think that there are 3 cruisers, 3 destroyers. This could be a little rough for them. So I'm not going to watch. Let's see what the computer tells us. Oh boy. Nothing significant, and nothing really significant there either. Really, the way that they're going to hurt us here is shooting our transports as we land troops here. This guy, I don't know if he might be carrying Marines. He is. I will not watch this, though, all the same. If we have any reduction in transports... Oh, dear. Well, we lost some destroyers there. I was expecting to lose a few destroyers in this. Really, I should not have been using that type of fleet for this. Fleet with mostly destroyers and light cruisers. It's not their strong suit. This guy, however, has just 5 cruisers. He's probably would have been a better choice to load Marines onto his transports, but I'm a big idiot. Somebody did mention in the comment, too, that you can reorganize your fleets at sea. So, I mean, that was a boo-boo on my part. Speaking of boo-boo, how did you lose transports? Why did your transports get that close to shore? That's the problem, I guess, with letting the AI do things. It's just not very good. Like, I commended it earlier. I immediately retract that, because it did something stupid there. It actually seems that the AI is much better when you're not... Oh, fuck. When you're not... letting it just abstract things. If you go into the actual combat screen, it does things okay. Well, the first fleet, meanwhile, is going to wreak havoc. Hopefully he doesn't somehow get that carrier sunk. That would be embarrassing. Thank God. Okay, good. So they did a lot of damage to the troops there. And the 5th fleet, that is really the one that's going to do a lot of damage here because it's got 4 battleships. Alright, let's see how this goes. It's going to get less and less risky, too, as we take out... Wow. Wow, 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 wow. It's going to get less and less risky as we take out more of their divisions because they're not going to be able to shoot at our ships as much. I think that you guys might have seen this when I go into the actual tactical view. The enemy, it's the same map everywhere, and the enemy land forces are positioned on the southern edge of the land, and the more divisions they have, the more area that they have that they can cover. My God, I'm shooting at him a lot. I'm sending a lot of ships at him. This guy actually is coming in right at the right time here. He's going to be landing Marines too. Smart guy. See, I wish that there was a little bit better way to order your attacks, because, I mean, I would be surprised if these guys weren't able to coordinate a little bit better. They're all just... Well, that might present operational challenges of its own, but I was going to say, they're all, like, right next to each other. Have you no soul? That's a shame. But you'd think that you would be able to say, okay, I want this fleet to attack first, and then this one, and this one, and this one. The way that I think the game does it is based on distance, possibly. So, I mean, there's that way of working around it, I suppose, but I don't think it's certainly not hard and fast. That was the phrase that came to mind. I wanted to use it. I don't regret it. These guys really have no need to move. I'm just going to be moving 2 fleets this turn, the 3rd and the 4th, so that they can replane, and as a matter of fact, they will probably be able to do that in Hawaii in a couple of turns, but come to think of it, we could just do it in Palmyra. And also come to think of it, I'm sending them directly to Midway, aren't I? I don't know anything about geography. Yeah, it would be better to just send them to Palmyra. Okay, I will do that, and then we will recommence the shelling of Hawaii. Here we go again. Oh my goodness. I did a little bit of arithmetic, which I've said before is not my strong suit, but with the assistance of my handy-dandy calculator, I've figured out that we are shelling Hawaii currently with, well, 2 carriers. Hopefully the AI is not having them actually shell things, although they could possibly do it without getting damaged. I don't know. I think they might have the range to do it, but I'd prefer not to find out, I guess. But they're being shelled. Hawaii is being shelled with, wow, that's a lot of losses. 2 carriers, 8 battleships, 17 cruisers, and 26 destroyers. So, we're really packing a wallop. Oh dear God. Someone sent me a message on Steam. We will read that later, I guess. Won't watch this. Could lose a destroyer here, honestly. Did not lose a destroyer. I'm a genius. Oh my God. Stop it! It's the price you pay for being an internet celebrity. Oh my God. I am so full of shit. This should be pretty excellent here. You know, actually, that was fairly whelming. I was expecting that fleet there with... It only has 5 cruisers, but before it had 6. And I was expecting it would be a really good, solid force to kind of send out and just shell bases as I needed. It really has kind of underperformed, though, to be honest. So, I guess I'll remember that for next time. And I would not be in any way surprised, by the way, if we take Hawaii this turn. We haven't had the 1st or the 5th fleet shell the base yet. The 2nd fleet has a couple of battleships here, though. So let's see what that does. And one of those 8 battleships that I mentioned earlier is the Yamato, so that counts for a little bit more. And I think, yeah, we're going to take Hawaii this turn. 12th fleet. Good God. Actually, does the 12th? No, it does not have a battleship. Let's see. Oh, yep. And it's done. The 5th fleet, with its 4 battleships, should be able to take care of this very, very easily. There you go. Hawaii is ours. Hooray! They're just so nerdy. They've got glasses on. Hawaii has been taken. That's gonna be pretty tough for the U.S. to deal with. Let's take a look at the old supply net. Because we've just cut off, actually, several of their bases, first of all. Australia, whatever's left of, I guess that's, not the Solomons, but Espiritu Santo and Fiji are now cut off. India has been cut off for basically the entire game. But they just don't have a whole lot left. It's pretty awesome to look at that right there. I think what I'm going to do now is consolidate a little bit. And by that I mean I'm going to go take Midway. And I just don't want that to be a possible avenue for them. But, you know, to be honest with you guys, they just don't have a navy anymore. So I don't even know if it's worth bothering. Although I should, you know, probably still play as though they have some life left in them. The thing about it is that even though the U.S. can rebuild fleets, it just takes so long to build ships, and I don't think that their economy can really bear it. So, wow, I mean, we're at the point where this is definitely well in hand. I'm going to see things through, though, and I'm going to continue carrying on with my orders. It's just worth noting here that I just don't think that the U.S. can recover. But I will be very glad to continue beating them. So. That's what's going to happen, I guess, over the next few videos. But, yeah, pretty happy with the result here. Next stop, Midway. Nothing exciting is happening, but I still feel compelled to update you guys with the unexciting things that are occurring, I guess. We're just resupplying in Hawaii. I have... Well, let's go take a look at Hawaii. I have a few fleets that have left. Reason being is that they can just go now and make room. However, I do have some fleets that are in Hawaii that are repairing, so they're going to be out of it for a couple of days. I think 8 days for both of them. So we're kind of stalled out a little bit here. I could theoretically just send these 2 fleets to Midway. The problem with that, though, is that Midway definitely will have planes, and I don't want to just send surface ships over there and get them blown up, basically. So that's not really what I want to have happen. So I'm not sure about how to go about this, because our carriers are down in Palmyra and they can't replenish. We don't have enough planes because they somehow got blown up. I don't know what happened. It wasn't me. So I don't really... I guess I'm kind of at a loss for what to do right now, because we could certainly send the many ships that we have to Midway, but they would probably get bombed. So I think it's more prudent to just kind of rest up, get everything repaired, resupplied, and all that good stuff. And just, honestly, it might be something where we just wait until the end of the month unless I get a bright idea, which is, in all honesty, unlikely. I have an idea, and I'm not saying that it is a bright idea. I'm just going to go ahead and shell Midway and wait until the weather favors me. Now, you can see that my fleets are getting a little bit close to it, but I'm hoping that they're going to be out of bomber range. I wish that there was a way that you could determine that, but I don't think that there is. We'll see if we get bombed this turn. Oh, thank God. So, even though, well, let's see what the weather's like. If it's raining this turn, their goose is cooked. Not only will it be raining raindrops, it will be raining shells. Yes. Oh, no. Now, I shouldn't be too jubilant yet, because... Oh, yeah, we're in range. I don't like their chances. I like our chances a lot, though. Alright, so we're gonna set sail for adventure. Delightful. Well, that's awesome. So we're gonna take Midway this, well, the next turn. I'm gonna be shelling Midway this coming turn and landing troops the following turn, because that one task force is just a little bit slow. There's some stuff happening down south, too, that I didn't mention. It's some odd stirrings from below the equator, if you know what I mean. We have 2 fleets that are sailing. I guess this is New Guinea, and then to the south here we have Australia. And what I'm planning on having them do, if I have the time, which I kind of don't think I will, but I want them to sail to Port Moresby to pick up Marines to then drop off at Espiritu Santo. It's one of our operational goals, so I figure that that's a good use for them. It's really tricky to have to shuttle the army around, I guess, because they don't necessarily have to board your ships. You can't tell them to, so it's a little bit tricky. And also, by the way, some of the army divisions are just fucking stupid. Case in point, let me show you what I mean. There are 2 divisions here at Shikuka, or there was 2 before. I wonder what happened to that second one. This plucky little division here, last I checked, wants to occupy Atu, and I'm not a master of geography or anything like that, but that's not the way you get to Atu, and that will never be the way you get to Atu, and it really will never be the way you get to Atu, because I can't pick them up there. They're just shit out of luck. I think maybe if I put a fleet at Sapporo here, that they'd come down and try to board it, but I don't know. The army is full of idiots, and it is commanded by an asshole. That's the way that it works in this game. We could take a look, actually, at the list of army troops, and what I should have probably done throughout this month. I got a little bit wrapped up in Hawaii, so, 50 slaps with a wet noodle or something. You can see that they have different missions here. And these guys here that are at Chumpong want to occupy Colombo. Good for them. I don't care. I think actually this division would be a good candidate to actually pick up, because I think DH is Delhi. I want to go to the Delhi. pick up some corned beef. Let's see. All the other ones want to defend. They will never board your transports. Not happening. Is that Maryland? I don't remember what MD is. Is that Madras? No. Midway. That's Midway. Duh. But they're not going to occupy Midway because I'm going to occupy Midway. But you can kind of see what the problem is. They are being stupid. Like, I transported a bunch of them over to Bangkok, and they just kind of flew off, and they're just at various idiotic places right now. So that's kind of why this is a little bit of a tricky thing to do, and I don't know. I'm not going to... I don't want to ignore an order, but they're just going to be assholes and do whatever the hell they want anyway. So let's see what the Thai 1st Division is doing. Oh, they're defending Singapore, oddly. Okay, well, good for them. So, I mean, I could go pick up a couple of divisions if I am able to, if I'm able to get a fleet going to do that, but I just wanted to let you guys know that if I made little progress on it, that's why I was kind of underwhelmed with the results. So, anyways, enough jabbering. Let's see if I have any more commands to give out. I don't think that I really do. Yeah, the 1st and the 5th are going to shell Midway. 6th and the 7th, I need to tell to get to Moresby ASAP, but I don't think it'll... I don't think we'll be able to invade Espiritu Santo before the end of the month, but I'm going to go ahead and try. Alright, oh, I was just going to say we're going to shell Midway, but maybe Midway will be shelling us. They have 4 divisions here. This is a little bit dicey. How many destroyers do I have? Those will probably... Well, we'll lose at least a couple, honestly. If I can... Well, I have to take command here anyways, because I want to destroy the airfield regardless. I don't really care about those divisions yet. Yeah, I'm gonna give specific orders to each. I don't want to get those destroyers needlessly killed. I'm a compassionate man when it comes to my ships. My planes, they can just go crash into the ocean for all I care. So I'm going to be telling the destroyers to run away, as well as that carrier, and the transports as well. And I'm just going to have the battleships shell the airfield here. I figured I'd show you guys what I'm doing, and I'm actually not doing a very good job of it. I'm moving my ships to a position where they can hopefully attack the enemy, but where they can't attack us. However, I have gotten attacked a couple of times by the enemy here, and they've landed some hits on my battleships. So the whole point of this was to not take any damage, but I've been doing a shitty job of it. We have landed some hits on their airfield, though, as you can see there. We took out 9. Before that, I think the last attack I did that took out like 15. So they definitely had a sizable number of planes here. This sure beats having those planes attack us. So I figure it's worth the small amount of damage that we'll take here. I love how... This game is just it just demands so much of the Super Nintendo. You can see how long it took for the game to shade in those hexes, I guess. They're square hexes, and then unshade them. It's too much. Meanwhile, my transports are retreating. All my other ships have retreated already. Let's see if they actually are able to attack. I guess it would be the Nagato here that's most vulnerable. Some of these Marines are not in, or whatever they are. Yeah, see, they are actually able to attack here. What a bunch of jerks. Cut it out. This is one of the less interesting kind of tactical battles that I've done in the game, but I figured, you know, why not? Why not share? I'm just going to keep shelling them. Nothing too exciting. And I have just wiped out all of their planes, so I'm just going to go ahead and let them carry on attacking the forces here. I could take out the airfield. I just don't know if it's necessary, though. But I will be moving our troops... I'll be moving our ships back so that they don't have to deal with these anti-sea craft guns here. They don't do any damage, really. They do... Well, they'll do 1 point of armor damage at the most. And, even then, sometimes they do no damage. Sometimes they'll just damage the... Let's see how many times I can say the word damage. The damaging damage guns will damage your hull damage factor by a damaging... You know what, never mind. You get the point. Sometimes they do no damage, though. They'll just damage the anti-aircraft or anti-ship guns on your ship. Let's attack these jerks, because they're jerks. And I'll just carry on with this damaging affair of damage. Alright, now it's the 5th Fleet's turn. I don't really care what they do, because I've taken out the planes. So I'll just go ahead and let them do their thing. We might lose a destroyer here, actually. Let's see what happens. Nope. Splendid. Yep, did a... Oh, we took out the airfield regardless. Excellent. Good job, guys. I'm not going to actually land troops then. Because I have 2 divisions of Marines aboard the 12th Fleet. And 2 against 4. Not really the best odds. So I'm just going to keep on shelling them until the odds even out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to boldly predict that we'll take Midway this turn. We whittled them down to 2 very underpowered divisions, so I don't think that they'll really be able to fight us off. Oh, game. You and your sense of comedic timing. So they just added 2 divisions there. Well, I guess we'll have to take them out before we land our troops. It's going to be a while longer, I suppose. So the previous turn, I actually went ahead and landed our Marines at Midway. Not sure how that's going to go. We're going to shell them this turn. And I also have managed to order a landing at Espiritu Santo, so we will get that before the end of the month. Good stuff there. Like it. Love it. Enjoy it. Having a great time. Let's see what this fleet does. Is this the 12th? So it is. I always get a little bit nervous when fleets like this attack, because they have they're kind of underpowered, and the shore guns can sink them, so... Alright, well, we took out 2 of their divisions. And then the 5th is gonna barge on in. Let's see what happens with this. Might be a little bit premature for me to think that this is gonna be the end of it, but... Well, not this particular attack, but this turn. Oh my god. Well, never mind. Well, that's taken care of. God. I thought we would have to do an actual land assault, but it's pretty pretty safe to say that gunnery is overpowered in this game. Like, the fact that you go... No. I'm going to tell them to just hold their horses, because that is not going to be a good thing for us. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and retreat here. What was I saying about gunnery being overpowered? Whatever. Not important. These guys are going to retreat, and then maybe next month we'll attack Espiritu Santo, possibly with planes.